just a small town stream, living in a lonely me. I wasn't sure if I wanted to bring my big lamp, but you know what? I've got a big lamp. We use a big lamp. And here we go. And who gets in? Who gets in a first message? Shall there be revenge? I know my timing is a little bit asynchronous. One stream to the next stream, as I do 2 streams on the same stream. Ha! Magdella, I'm looking at you, and your timing is everything. And there's Kai. There we go. Kai. I had seen messages from YouTube to be like, you gotta set up gems, you gotta set up gifts. I do not know what either of those is, but here's Kai, and this channel is what? It's Rich. Oh, hello to Ronan the Shonen. Oh my goodness, we're all piling in here. What a some death junior. Hello on the regular style, on the regular stream. Meaty bald eyebrows. Are you fighting to the death? This thing I can't sing is like this woman. Oh my stars. I feel like the bartender would cut you off. I guess. There's some fighting to the death. You're surprised to hear this early. You know, there's some special circumstances, I will say, involving this particular stream. There are some special circumstances, but you know, you are here early. I will say that, yeah. Now there's powers diminishing. Oh my god. There we go. And I mean, you. I need to have a better face prepped for that or something. Here's Kai hitting us with the $2.99, and here's gonna be a stream where I don't reveal all of my personal information and delist it. Oh my god, Dracula with the sucky wucky. No, we're not delisting this stream, so I'm gonna say things that are only the most regular. Well, this has been a peculiar occurrence and extremely blessed by Kai. There we go. There's. So he's saying, why am I the thumbnail? Whatever. Excuse me, you. There's. Kinda getting paid. Power being back. Oh my god. Now, looking at your numbers and things, at your little ranks and everything, just let it be known that on YouTube, the law of the land is that bribery works, apparently. I have no idea why that's the default system, and as I say that, I'm realizing that I have every idea why that's the default system anyway. Anyway, everybody have a little party. Everybody, you see me, you look at me, you start to have a little party. What's happening? There's... Okay, what I'm gonna do specifically, since I had colors in my mind, I'm gonna redraw some very old art from when I first started my what is that? From when I first started my Tumblr blog, and I thought I was going to post my whole art journey and a bunch of professional art, but I suppose that these live streams are the best way that I've, been documenting my art journey in any capacity. The hell is this? This could be so many things. Wow. Alright, what am I looking at? That's my last $2. Now I'm on the sidewalk. Can we give you back the $2? Okay, you're saying this is a face. Alright, I'm seeing it in the principles of character design. Perhaps one eyeball, perhaps another eyeball. Maybe I can see such things. Right as the vampire gives us a way. Alright, you guys. Can I attempt to chop your one-upsmanship as you start to say something fascinating? Ooh. Alright, I forgot about the commenting feature on Magma, where you can comment anywhere on the canvas and say things such as, don't come to my house on Halloween, or else I'll suck your dick. I mean blood, oh shit. Well, I do hope you mean the first 2 things in that list. There's Magdella, I've actually snuck into your house to get you to make good financial decisions. Now, this, it might seem a little bit extreme. It might be a little bit extreme, but, you're never gonna find that credit card ever again. Oh my god, okay, what am I looking at? I'm looking at Little Dark Age music video. It kind of kills me, the sheer variety and scope and everything of memes that this song got used in. Because I feel like I did like this song, Little Dark Age by MGMT, for a good while. And then there's warfare happening. There's Well, what can I say? What can I say? Your card is hidden. Your card is safe from you. There you go. Alright, what am I looking at? Starting my timers because I'm timing everything in my life. Have I ever shown you guys how many hours I spent shitting? I said that sentence and then I quickly realized why I haven't shown you that. Alright, well, I track all of my time, all of the time. Okay, and what I'm doing now is I'm looking at okay, there's adversarialness going on, surpassingness going on, and when I first started my blog on the Tumblrs, I drew somebody from Little Dark Age music video with my markers, and I'm wondering if I go through this video, can I find the exact frame? I found the person, but what I'm wanting is side profile specifically, some curly hair, some earring. You know what the hell? Those fascinate me to practice in art, but I guess they've fascinated me the entire time, the entire journey. Hello, Crystal Palm. My goodness, hello. There's City William saying, "Oh, I will get a 12 hours a day job in the coal mines, minimum wage, just to donate to you. The doctor says the mines will be bad for my ass, Ma. But having that purple crown is all I want. But don't you love the color lavender? So gentle, so lovely, so uninvolved in the coal mines. And also, there's a lot of jobs that apparently give you 12 hours and then that is legal also. But hello to you in the stream, and I hope you're doing okay. And hello to Lodes. My goodness, you've caught us on a second one. Is your break still going? My goodness, this really makes me, I don't know, miss the days of the daily and the 3 times a week type of a stream. Although I liked the Sunday night one so very much that I might do that a little bit more. Bum, 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 bum. You're saying the capital button is right next to A. There's one of the children saying, I'll get a job as a dentist, but only for teeth needing to be pulled, as I'll smack them across the face with a shovel, and I'll get paid minimum wage. Honestly, if it were very quick, I could see you getting paid minimum wage for that if you had the skill, if you had the technique to leave the person relatively uninjured and take out specifically the teeth that they wanted to be pulled. I think you would get paid for that for real. Saying this message was typed with scary letters. Good God. Oh my stars. Scary letters. Ooh, a pumpkin character. Now that's very interesting. No, you're saying your break's up till Sunday. Oh my, almost happening. God, I hope there's a burrito in the refrigerator. I'm craving one like crazy now. Oh my god, I need some fresh salsa. Oh my god, I need some fresh salsa picante with the chopped up tomatoes. Wow, that's hitting me out of nowhere. Holy fuck, I need salsa. Okay. Can you make an appointment to be hit with a shovel? And yet, despite the blue name, yes, your threats of violence are getting censored. See, even if I try to approve someone to be able to send all of their messages, this is what happens, this is what I get. Returning to the cruel world, they censor my hatred. But it's theatrics. Don't they realize that it's theatrics? Ooh, Crystal Palm having it up in here. Alright, what I'm wanting right now is sort of a red, yellow, blue, green. Get some real primary goddamn colors up in here. Okay, let's go like this, and it gets thicker. Oh yeah, yeah, that's what I'm starting to do. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I wonder what's the best way I can make a cool and interesting swirl of colors. Let's go like this. Probably zones. There's hatred being censored. Just come to 308 Native Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico. I literally could. I've been to Albuquerque this year, maybe 2 times, maybe twice. I think I have. All right, are you putting me to one of the? Yeah, that's Breaking Bad. The fictional address. Yeah, I actually did go there. And sure enough, the lady who lives at the house where they filmed Breaking Bad, 308 Negra Arroyo Lane, does have some tall fences up. I can't believe that she had yet another PR incident sort of thing with iShowSpeed since in between when I visited and this moment right now. I can't believe it just keeps going. And in fact, okay, my dad knew where the house was within the city specifically, partially because he took the Breaking Bad tour bus, and so he kind of, because he had been on the tour and can drive, when me and my mom and my brother all visited him, he sort of was able to pirate the tour for us. Alright, so this is saying, why you eating burrito with salsa picante? You're appropriating Mexican culture. You're not Mexican, yeah, right? But I'm in like the Southwest, like United States. But I'm in like the Southwest United States. It would be a crime not to be a little bit appreciative, or you know what? It would be a crime to be not a lot appreciative of Mexican culture. What I'm saying, you know, I have to appreciate. The music is 400%. Thank you for telling me the music is 400%, because yeah, okay, I'm seeing the levels now. Is this a little bit better? There's all of this, and it might have also been God, my audio quality sucks all of the time. It might have also been like that because I don't have the headphones plugged in, so there should straight up be a weird echo happening. There should be. Okay, there's cancel culture being appropriated. The DA is here. Don't mind then. I'm bunking with the chemistry teacher. Oh my god, you guys. I don't know what my attention span is like. I've got to sit down and finish Breaking the Bad, don't I? I absolutely must. I've been there. I've been on the tour. There's absolutely no reason not to finish breaking up this bad. I have the candy, the rock candy, the blue meth. So this is unacceptable. All right, you're above me on the layer, because I'm gonna fill up this whole thing with swirls. You better believe you're gonna get swirled under. You're gonna get swirled on and under. There's, okay, you're saying, I'm actually worried now. Where is my card? If you stole it, can you return it back, please? I'm sorry, I've used up all my teleports for the month. They're saying, I swallowed your card. It's an addiction. I'm getting out of it. Oh. I love a little ad libs. I love a little mad libs, where you'll stand in on this, and okay, my lowercase voice sounds well now. Oh my gosh. Every day, a little bit embarrassed of all of this. Okay, so what else am I looking at? The color green, and that's gonna be here. But what shade of the color green? A little bit bright, but not all the way saturated. a little bit foresty maybe. How's that look next to everything? And I don't really mean for this to be opaque either. That's just the quality that we're getting. Alright, yeah, that is just the quality we're getting. Alright, so let's continue to make a bunch of swirls. Ha 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 ha! At first, for a second here, I was like, wow, that's an interesting ring that you're wearing. And then I realized that you've drawn a multi-headed character that has absolutely no hands. Well, I mean, come on. What do you even really need your hands for personally? Everyone else in the world is making good use of their hands. But, dare I say ass, dare I say booty, I don't know what privileges you're trying to regain exactly. How good can it be to have some hands? How good can it be to have some hands when you are you specifically? When I'm me specifically, I know that it's good and fine to have some hands. But when you're you specifically as a person, what was even gonna happen? I propose perhaps nothing. There's Magdala saying, I was not kidding about getting paid just now. I've gained my first actual monthly paycheck. Hey, congratulations. Put them up top. Slap. Another thing I can do with hands. Alright. And what else do I put here? A little blue? Of what shade? We could go a little cyan. You know, actually this one feels right. This one feels right. You're saying, and now you ate my card. I'm now imagining somebody having sort of a card reader up in the thrusty, don't call it that, up in their throat. And what if you could make payments into whoever it is, and then also you still don't get the card back because they do eat it legitimately. But you can make a payment at one singular time. You can do that. Okay. Some things that I say, they are worth no further notice. And other things that I say get repeated instantaneously. I see how it is. I see how it is. Well, you've heard of Bussy. Get ready. Oh my god. And there's someone saying that's a very secretive in-joke. I like how nobody's aware of the whole lore except Shadow, which make them sound a bit crazy. Excuse me. How do I sound crazy when I clearly see a drawing of you with no hands, and I simply extrapolate what you could do with your hands, which is nothing, because you don't have them. Alright. There's some friend mispronounced busy. Guess how? Is this the return of the Bussy? I'm about it. You know, he's one of my favorite classical composers, Debussy. Alright, and what other lines am I putting around here? Let's sort of make this like a bouquet almost. I don't know, I just want this all to be swirling around and make a really cool just sort of solid block of colors. And I don't know what goes into this, I wonder. Let's certainly have a bit more yellow. Maybe I'm doing this in layers. Maybe that's the secret to what I'm doing. Every day it irks me how I technically sort of know a little bit of color theory. I've made some paintings. I was in an art class. Art class was paid for and passed and all of that. And yet, coloring things intimidates me. Yeah. Wow. There we go. Sneezing. So. I feel like I got the sickness that was bugging me yesterday and the night before that. I feel like I attacked it and got it out, I don't know, relatively fast. I can keep drinking tea though. Saying this looks like a beautiful hair. Okay, you guessed that your friend pronounced it cack, and then just wait a few more hours and nature will do its thing. Okay. Wait, mac and cheese wasn't here for the cock epidemic? You're saying let's shake the camera, are you alright? Just, You know, sometimes when I sneeze, I put my head all the way down to the floor so that I'm both not covering my mouth and not sneezing on anything. This sort of incurs the danger of sort of dropping my head into a location like super fast, which is not how you want to treat the thing that holds your whole self and all your brains. Not how you want to be treating that. Okay, let's come up with some patterns for this. Anyway, yeah, I think I am okay, except for my tendency to answer yes or no questions with a full sentence. That part is still dubiously okay. Alright, here's a little bit more yellow, and we can swirl such as this. Okay, that line had bad vibes to me. I don't know if that's how I do art, if that's how I behave as an artist, just sort of determining when something has bad vibes, but that one was definitely one of them. Alright, go like that, go like this, and as it happens, okay, this is slowly but surely filling up, and by the end of this, we'll have no more white background going on in here. Okay, there, saying, I remember sneezing just like you did. I did bludgeon into the corner of a table, though, so bad. Yeah, that's why when someone says don't keep your elbows on the table, it's rude to eat with your elbows on the table, you tell that motherfucker fuck off, and then you put your elbows right on each corner of the table, so you know where the corners are, so that when you inevitably sneeze hard, you know where they are, and you've saved your life, basically, by telling someone to fuck off. And you would hope that this is how straightforward it would be in all scenarios, but it's just kind of, it's mostly just this one. It's mostly about eating with your elbows on the table. Alright, let's cover up all of this. I do wonder if I'm swearing more lately, and if I was swearing less at one point, what caused it. I have no idea, but I was just sort of running into that series of words, and it felt like there was no stop to it. It felt like there was no stop to it. That was the rhythm of the words and how they were gonna come out. You're saying, oh, I was gonna say, I would blow a lung, but weird name to call my friends. Yeah. I don't know, my lungs are my friends, but are my friends my lungs? Well, I can breathe without my friends. It's hard to adjust to that, though. Alright, which parts are we covering up the most? Go like this. I don't know, okay, I like how there's like eddies and rivers. Oh, okay. That one feels good. That line feels good to make. I don't usually make art like this. I don't usually vibe out like this. Alright, let's grow some more of these, perhaps. Wow. Primary colors. Don't you love it? Haven't we got to love a primary color? Like this. You know what? Yeah. Okay, that was supposed to be kind of heart-shaped. That's a little bit ball-sack shaped, though. Alright, like that. I'm not vibing with it. Alright, right. You're... Why are you requesting that I say motherfucker 5 times in a row? Are we trying to actually see how many times before the stream gets unlisted? Because I don't know if you guys remember the stream that I made right after seeing Deadpool and Wolverine, where I called them raging homosexuals lusting for each other's bodies or something, but that one proved that if you say too much strong language within too short an amount of time, then it gets restricted. Have I walked into your trap? Do I have to go for the full hour now? Because, I mean, okay, we were at an hour before. I have limited time in my day today. And we're gonna be at an hour now. That's my intention, to be at an hour. But, Do I have to space this out a lot not to get restricted? Oh my gosh. The various curses that happen onto a stream. Then there's Magdalene saying he can say it, but he couldn't say Rapscallion when I wasn't a mod. It's a little bit much. You're saying seeing Family Reunion by Blink 182. Okay, let's go. Family Reunion. I've been singing for fun in the car lately. 182 lyrics. Why is that called Family Reunion? It's about half as much as George Carlin's, what is that, like 7 dirty words? Oh my gosh, that's actually a song? But I know some Blink 182 songs I want to say. So what in the hell? Okay, so go like this. Okay, that feels right. We're putting more swirls on ya. Some green is getting into ya. And some short lines and some large ones. I think this is going to look cool if it looks like anything in the end. But I have no idea what strategy I'm attempting to have for filling all of this up. You're gonna strike my channel innuendo. Demonetized, you say. Oh my stars. Okay, there's Lexi Williams saying, why is motherfucker an insult? Don't you want to be the one with bams? I don't know why I'm losing steam now. Why one seems, I don't know, more so than another. You're saying in any case it's a compliment? This is so frightening. You're using frightening language on a YouTuber. Alright, so what else are we doing? Drawing, dripping. Go like this. No, okay. I think I'm just trying to like build structures in this entire thing. Alright, sure, that one can stay. That's a little bit weird. It's not quite a line. It can stay though. Okay, a little bit like this. And alright, we can have some large tadpole-like chunks up in here before the color yellow comes in again. It's gonna be pretty. It's gonna be pretty eventually. This is something I say about many things in my life, but I'm trying to believe it right now, especially you're saying, are we holding Charlotte back from doing art? Yes. Is it fun? Hell yeah. I don't know. This is technically, I don't know, more progress on a little piece that I've made since forever. Forever. There's a villain in Kick-Ass movie called Really? You're making me want to see this. I mean, I already kind of wanted to see the movie Kick-Ass, but you're making me want to see this. Alright, some more swoops as we figure out how exactly do we want to fill up this space. I think perhaps the problem that I'm encountering as I try to fill up all of this space is that inevitably we're going to be drawing over mostly places where we've drawn before. It is fun to see how all of this transforms. And a little more commentary from the little thing. I'm Crystal Holmes saying, I feel like you would absolutely love the movie Dude, Where's My Car? Possibly, maybe. I remember when the trailer came out and I was young enough to know that I wasn't supposed to watch it or something. I don't know, let's see Dude, Where's My Car? I wasn't old enough to know I wasn't supposed to watch it. I was 1 year old. Why do I remember it like that? And then did I see just like a trailer on some kind of DVD? some kind of... Did I see references to it? Dude, what the hell? I mean, okay, I think I did see references to it. Why was it a cultural phenomenon? And why is it 16% on Rotten Tomatoes, but 5.5 out of 10 on IMDb? Okay, let's get some more of this. There's Matt Dilla saying it's gonna be pretty eventually. My ex talking about my body. Oh my goodness. Hit that guy with your car. Hit him with your car. Don't let someone talk to you like that. Hit them with your car. Wow. There's Ronan the Shonen saying on slide 3, I sketched it during class as my friend was on the middle of drawing a rocket ship on my hand and changed it into Hellspawn, that is baby Reginald. Hello, slide 3. Hello. What are we looking at? What are we looking at? Somebody's ugly baby. Your baby is ugly. But that's okay, because we can love your ugly baby anyway. I'm loving the text. I'm loving your stylization of your name. Some good stuff. Wow. Every day, the people of the world get thicker. Magdella teasing the hell out of us saying DVD, what is that, a machine from the prehistoric times? Okay. True. Honestly, in my accounting class this week, I think that my professor had the urge to explain what a DVD was to us, because he was like, pick out a business. Let's make a business for an example in this accounting class. Alright, let's just start to fill in some of the white portions of this intentionally. Go like this. I do wonder, so like these streams, they get a little bit of the views and such after they are posted, and I have been wondering the primary reasons why somebody might watch one of these, because I have always felt that the primary... What was that? Interesting. Well, I've always felt that the primary appeal of these streams is to chat, perhaps. Chatting and hanging out. It's the reliability of knowing that somebody's gonna be around, and I don't know, getting to also be there. You know, consistency. Do I actually, after all of this covering it up, do I actually want some of the color white in here? Or can yellow suffice as a background if I must cover it all up? Because as I get into this, as I get more divided and salsa-like, due to my cravings, then what... I don't really want chaos, I want through lines. Alright, whoa. There's Magdella saying you gotta check out the God is Dead series. Just because I've answered one question on my on the beliefs that I use to attempt to make sense of the world, just because I've answered one question on that. You're attempting to shunt me into what I believe is specifically evangelical propaganda films. I mean, I have watched someone's review of them. Funny as hell. It does not get funnier. Get me out of here. And okay. Wow. If I put too much like yellow in between the red, is it looking ever so slightly a viscera? Not 100%. Just a little bit of viscera. What's up? Alright, what was I looking at? Okay, if you're talking about politically incorrect movies, Superbad gets the crown. Ooh, I've heard of it, but what is it? 2007, we get some Jonah Hill and some Michael Cera. Gosh, I've seen clips of this, haven't I? You know, I should make a list of all of the good, 2000s movies that I've missed out on. Oh god, this is getting uglier before it gets prettier, isn't it? That's okay. That's okay, that's okay. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay, that's okay. Things that I say to convince myself. Alright. Ma. You're saying, what's floppy dick? Shut up or I fail you, Nathaniel. And are you referencing Superbad right now? You're saying, is this the vegetable flavored pasta that we're drawing? Did any of you have that as a child? I don't know if I had vegetable flavored pasta, but I had pasta with the vegetables. Did you have like a frozen bag of carrots and peas? Wow, it took all my willpower just now not to say parrots and keys. Anyway, did you have a frozen bag of those also? Either one of those, and I'm going to assume you had a very normal, similar upbringing to my own. Frozen parrots, frozen keys. Now, what is this being pasted in here? Is it a bit of food, perhaps? Is that my frozen carrots and peas? Right. What am I looking at? You're saying they're quality trash, so there's a philosophy teacher? Wait, that is so good. Wait, were we talking about the God's Not Dead movies? I think I would watch whoever's review of it. Was it like evasive? Was it like a philosophy tube or a ContraPoints or something? I don't know. One of them YouTubers put out some kind of commentary, some kind of breakdown. Somebody I'm subscribed to was breaking it down, and it was, I don't know, it was peak quality, hilarious. A little marble for the marble track. Ooh, I do see it now. This is wonderful. Alright, let's put in all of this yellowness, and then we're going to make some cool rhythms out here. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. What are you doing? Okay, there's Magdala telling us they were made from processed vegetables. They were disgusting. I wasn't a bad child, but I was refusing to eat them when they appeared on the table. Oh my. I suppose there are some cruel and unusual foods out there. This story is reminding me of that one, I don't know, clip of a mom trying her child's jarred baby food and instantly gagging, and the baby just sort of breaking out into laughter and validation, being like, I told you, I did tell you. I mean, of course, the infant cannot say these things, of course, but I don't know, you can kind of read them in the face. Then there's... Alright, this is more yellow than I really know what to do with. We are looking outright hideous, dare I say, but we're gonna fix it up. Quite nice. Anyway, so the city's saying, Joro, are you free tonight and tomorrow and the day after? And I'm gonna get in your DMs and share my screen for a Star Trek marathon, all shows, all episodes, and movies. You would break my parasocial heart. I see that you paid attention to the ways in which I said I spend quality time with the people. Okay, is it bonkers in the yonkers? Is it crazy in the coconuts? If I were to say just sort of outright right now that continuing these streams is my way of making time for specifically you regulars, for specifically the people whomst I would like to see again, I'm making time for you. It's cause like lately, I don't know, I'm having the amount of homework assignments where I'm like, okay, I know I don't use my time efficiently in general, but should I still cut this out? Is this the problem? Is this not the problem? I don't know. But so far I've tried throughout each, I don't know, increasing level of stress to be here, because I want to be here. Which is a long-winded way to say, fuck you mean, all of the Star Treks. Okay, I haven't seen Picard and Strange New Worlds, and Discovery specifically. And I had no idea that was going to be so many of the shows. Okay, Da-da-da-da. Those are the ones I haven't seen. And if you haven't seen Deep Space Nine, and this isn't just a YouTube user thing, a general you, anybody watching this, if you haven't seen Deep Space Nine, then you simply must. Although, watching the older Star Treks versus the newer Star Treks, the pacing of TV shows used to be a lot different. They used to take their time with things, they used to be slower. And so, when I tell people about shows like Deep Space Nine, and when I tell people and they're not specifically in a depressive episode where you're trying to kill time because you don't want to feel what you were feeling, which is the state that I was in when I watched all of the 90s Star Treks, just sort of locked in for a summer, being like, I'm not allowed to socialize with anybody, so maybe Captain Picard is my friend. Because I don't know, hadn't discovered live streams, perhaps, on either end of that equation. These shows are the best for when you are trying to escape from the world, I want to say. For when you want to be in another world, a kinder world, and you don't want it to end and you don't want it to stop. There's literally enough of this show that for a while it just doesn't. It just doesn't stop. Okay, what am I looking at? What am I looking at? Looking at. There's saying you're not there all the time on the Trek stream, or there's one of the shows saying, what is Star Trek about? I've been watching Doctor Who and plan to watch Star Trek after. Oh, I hear that their vibes are very similar, but Doctor Who is more on the fantasy side, and Star Trek occasionally, although it does have fantasy, because it started in the 60s and they didn't always know what was going to be fantasy and what was going to be science, so they were like, telepathy, that sounds real to me. God, where was I going with that sentence? I went in there so confidently. But yeah, I think it's similar to Doctor Who, but it examines the human condition on purpose sometimes. Not sure what the newer Star Treks are up to. Little bit of sex and drugs, I would think. I would think so. Yeah. Alright. There's string theory, spaghetti theory. There's Magdala saying, you don't want to see me again, Joe. Once you do, Kai will have to cease to exist. Oh. Due to the fighting to the death, to the battle to the death, to the fighting to the battle to the death. I see. So you're gonna disassemble the atoms. There's literally saying, for specifically me, why Charo? Yeah, I've been kidnapped here. I want to get out and see my family again. And then that's followed up by a gentle no. And then there's literally saying, I haven't seen any Star Trek. It's cataloged as Star Wars for old people in my brain. Bitch! Star Wars was originally for old people. Because it came out in the 70s. Mother of God. So it's just a difference of what, 10-ish years? 10 years? It's like a single generation between Star Trek and Star Wars. You are killing me. You're murdering me. God, why? There's saying you should watch some things sometimes, and you're being a fan of Doctor Who. You haven't seen Star Wars, Star Trek, or Doctor Who. I am also a fan of Star Wars, but as true as that is in my heart and my head, I haven't seen the latest season of one of my favorite Star Wars shows, Andor. It came out. The whole season aired. What am I doing? And why did you draw me a little dude with no body, just one head and one foot? That's very interesting. That's very interesting. I'm interested. Then there's... He's saying most of early Doctor Who was lost. Oh, God, really? That's why I never see people talking about early Doctor Who, because it's literally lost media? I actually had no idea. Alright, let's put some swirls around. I do like having big, colorful through lines up in here. And some parts that are, I don't know, blocked off perhaps. Alright, let's go like this. I think I got 4 hours of sleep today, and I'm kind of wondering when I'm gonna fix myself up and bathe regularly when I'm not about to go out to people. When I stay in the house, I don't bathe regularly because I am a little bit of a disaster like that. Anytime I'm gonna see people, that's when I put the wash on because I have some self-awareness. A little bit of self-awareness like that. But the rest of the time, we're just staying in here. Okay, go like this. And there. And okay, you're saying some of Doctor Who is lost media. Interesting. You'd have to watch animated versions or audio with screenshots. Whoa. And don't all the main characters canonically die every time they teleport? See, I forget how canonical that is. Like, everyone, all the science fiction fans have looked at the science of teleporting in Star Trek, and they have concluded that it does kill you. It kills you. It kills you specifically, dare we say. I don't know how much canon acknowledges that, since it's been part of the system from the beginning. I don't know how much they actually look it in the face and say, yeah, you're dead. Because that would make sense. It would be interesting to think upon. So he's saying, so if I get it right, we're only worth a max of up to 4 hours a week for you, and not even individual treatment, but as an anonymous chat. How anonymous is it to be in such close proximity for this long? Furthermore, that means you do want to keep this parasocial. Excuse me. 4 hours a week, I'll have you know, is okay, perhaps I'm just this much of a shut-in, but that's very high praise from me. That's very high, dare I say. And we also go above 4 hours a week sometimes, but also I suppose it averages out since we go below 4 hours a week sometimes. Anyway, if you would like to be in the DMs and send me memes, I'm amenable to this. Oh, Lord. And that is what constitutes what I conceive of as close interactions. Making time for somebody and also keeping them in your thoughts and sending a meme. This is what I know of intimacy. This is 100% accurate. And perhaps reaching out for inconsequential things as well. This is also what I know of intimacy. This is all I know. I wasn't socialized regularly, you see. And this is how I operate. We get a little bit of sprinkling of sucks to suck in here. And this world is shown as saying, talking about Doctor Who, you're leaving to watch some, and we lose ya. Alright, see ya later. Alright, we get a little bit of more swirls up in here. And I don't know, this is like similar to veins or something, but it really has me wondering what I was trying to go for in all of this. Maybe I do want to bring the color white back into it, even after I spent all that time eliminating it. This interests me very much. I always wonder about the line, as I draw a line, I wonder about a line. Anyway, I wonder about the line between just vibing in art and, I don't know, actually making something. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I should have tried to talk for this long straight. You say in the chat, I don't. Approximately 10 or 20-ish. Oh no. Damn it. I was in a rhythm of not feeling too sore in the sore throat. Ooh, we're gonna get some tea. We're gonna go downstairs and get some tea and honey. Wow. Good lord. Interesting. Are you talking right now? Are you talking and acting as if the vertical live stream is a separate existence from your current existence? Is this a bit right now? Are you doing a bit? Alright, what am I thinking about, talking about? You're saying that you forget to brush your teeth and your teeth look like lemon peels. On bad or distracted days, I brush my teeth once a day. And I want to do it twice a day, but I've kept telling myself that since I over-scrub with the electric toothbrush, and my dentist kept saying, girl, where the fuck is your enamel? Where is your enamel? It's gone. Stop over-scrubbing. I've convinced myself that once a day maybe has the strength of it. The strength of tooths a day, which unstrengthens my teeth. Kind of. Alright. You're saying at least you have teeth. No teeth, squad. There's the DMs. Rejected. I went extra unintelligible. There's Kai who's back to share the LGBT vibes. You know, we've got a little bit more colors than usual. A little bit more colors. You're saying that that you have no idea what I was talking about? Yeah, that's fair. I don't know which section that was. What thing that I think was clear that was not clear. It's all good in the neighborhood, though. Alright. Now I'm caught up on the chat. Allergic to ASMR. I have the common cold right now, I wanna say. I blasted it with tea and such. All of the treatments, all of those wonderful, beautiful home remedies that you can do to your throat. And I think it's making its way out. I don't know, it's only been a couple of days. I hope it's making its way out because yesterday was bad and sucked. And yet, one of the ways to get over a cold is to get proper sleep. I didn't do it to me. Alright. Is this the kind of shape that I would like to have here? No, all of these new brush strokes look like I'm carving something out specifically. What if we just followed along with what's currently here? The overwhelming amount of yellow in this composition, if I can call it that, it has counteracted the vibes of the white that I'm trying to add back in. Right. Well, now this can be a little bit pastel or something. There's allergies to ASMR happening. Common cold, you normie. Why not an uncommon cold? An exotic cold, maybe? Isn't that how isn't that how COVID started? A really uncommon cold. I don't want an uncommon cold. I like being... Hear me out here. I like being vaccinated against things. And I like being so hearty and hale and healthy all of the time. You can't really sell me on uncommon or legendary colds. Now, you could sell me on attempting to be legendarily hot. I would try that. I would try that in my life. But colds, this is not it. This is not it. You're saying BC now stands for before COVID as well. Oh my. I remember that AD was like Anno Domini. Domini? Damn. But I can't remember in that context what BC specifically was, if it's all supposed to be actual Latin. Alright. You're saying we don't need to sell you on that. You can't sell the same product twice. Hello. Hello. Everybody high five when you get the smooth words. Everybody, get you like that. And you're saying Ando Domini? I see. I don't remember it being a little bit similar to perhaps Andy. But there we go. Ooh. Oh, I thought this was getting like a spooky version. But there's the lighting like that. Alright. I intend to end this stream in either 5 or 15 minutes. One of those. 5 or 15. You're saying we're not even in winter, Jaro. How did you get sick? Side effects of socializing. Yeah, I think so. I was, okay, like, when my throat started hurting, I was in denial for a good chunk of hours, and then the first time you spit something up and it's kind of yellow, the denial is gone. It's gone. Alright, what happens in the... Ooh! Drawing Greg had shared some very good fancy poses with us in the Discord. My goodness, did one of these... Ooh, and I do recognize one of them that had come to fruition in this, I had seen a pumpkin-headed sort of character before. Jacking that lantern? No, I had the opportunity not to say that, and I still committed to saying that. Why is Nicodella in the Discord sending a pixelated version of a ladybug named Gary? That's good stuff. Okay. So there's Magdala saying that BC is before Christ. I keep like misremembering, or whether or not that's like a urban myth. I don't know. I have access to Google. What does BC stand for? Okay. Some people have BCE as before Common Era, CE as Common Era. Okay, BC, before Christ, that makes sense. Then why did I have it mixed up? It's because of BCE, isn't it? It's because of BCE. Because of Common Era. Okay. That still confuses me a little bit, because they still seem to be associated. Like, what's so common about it? I'm gonna have dyslexias about those. That's not the right word either. Oh my. You're saying, what do am and pm mean? After midnight and pre-midnight? Yeah, perhaps. Maybe. Well, okay, you're saying BC is stupid, I believe. You know, I have gotten it confused. There's... Well, I tried to erase the... Wait, traces of Christianity from science, right? And if it's the same, like, set of years as well, then they haven't really tried at all, and you might as well just keep however it was. There's... You still use the Gregorian calendar invented by Pope Gregory. Sometimes I wonder about not having any leap years, and then just like every 4 years you have an extra week at the end of the year. And granted, I am getting this from a Tumblr post. I don't have the Tumblr post in front of me right now, I just have it inside of me right now. Have a whole week of holiday at the end of every 4 years. So Was it 4 years or like a different amount? I don't know. But there's a calendar system that could be worked out where you have a leap week and then you get to sleep for a week. And this is just really appealing to me. It's very appealing to me. That's what I'm saying. Why so early? We aren't not even worth an hour and a half. Does my bonus stream count for nothing? Does my strangely, weirdly bisected on the vertical stream situation not count for anything? You're killing me, you're killing me, you're killing me, killing me. Let's have another thing here. I want to believe that I can redraw the art from years ago, because I had drawn something from the Little Dark Age music video by MGMT, and I think that when I finished that drawing on my Tumblr, I think that I told myself, I'm not happy with how this turned out, but I just, one day I'm gonna be good enough at art to redraw this specifically, and am I perhaps near the day? Am I near the day where I could redraw it better? I think, looking at what I had done, maybe. Alright, so you're trying to invent a new calendar. This is a Keaton calendar. As Magdala saying, you do it every 4 years. Don't for every 100 years. Do for every 40 years. And don't do it for every 3,000 years or something. For a specifically weirder calendar. That is specifically weirder. Now that you mention it. Alright. What am I looking at? I've done so much. I always feel like I haven't done very much art, but as I scroll through, I don't know, a year or more compendium, it's still not as much as the people who get really good at it and all, but it is something. It is something. Scroll on down to the very bottom of all of the art that I've ever finished here. My good God. There's some story concepts I've been sitting on for 5 years. As if I'm gonna do something with that. Alright, you scroll on down. Okay, you're talking about a 400 year sort of calendar. Yeah, this one specifically. Now, if I just find this was from May of 2020. You're killing me here. If I just find the reference image that I used for this. I think I'm capable of more now. And it's interesting to think about whether I was capable of more back then as well. So I put this in the Discord so I can specifically look at it here. Old arts. This was a physical drawing. It looks a little bit virtual or something. Let's have a copy the link or something. And some strange little sounds are in this lo-fi mix. Oh, I had forgotten for a second how I was doing the chat. Well, I thank you for a compliment, Magdala. I had absolutely zero confidence in that art when it was first out. Some various broken bits of the stream as we as we get all around here. If I do enough things right around here, I'm gonna break this, aren't I? Alright, let's go like this. And I wanted to capture the oh man, there's my little notes to myself. It doesn't look anything like her. One day I'll redraw this and it'll be really good. All the way back then, I swear. Okay. So I don't think that I'm gonna commit to this entire thing today. But can I in fact start on such a thing? Yes, hashtag my art. Yeah, that's how we sort things. That's how I'm sorting things on my own blog, which I intended to use more for posting more of my art, but it's not very used. That's where I keep all of the art. That's how that works. What do you have against my my sorting system? Oh my stars. Alright. And you know, there is also a chance that I could try to redraw this all these years later and I could possibly maybe actually do a little bit worse. I could do worse. Will I get the reference image or will I just go on for now? You know what? Let's actually redraw that old art several times in a row. Why not? Let's redraw the old art in all of the different styles that I've tried to try. Get some crystal palm art appreciation. Let's tour around the canvas. Let's put all the little hearts on the little arts. Spooky vampire woman. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Are you mutually inspiring each other? Let's extra hearts even though your shirt is heart. And then this is some character design happening, right? Oh my goodness. Actually staring at these at this jack-o'-lantern kind of a character. And then some more appreciation of the lighting of the ooh, I couldn't tell if it was a birthmark or a bloodstain at first as we do some art appreciation. Alright. Various little styles. No reference image, and I will come back to this. What can I do? What do I think I can do? Oh my gosh, my nose getting more clogged from everything as I go on talking. At the very least, it's not the worst of a cold. I mean, the world still smells wrong. It does very much smell wrong right now. And I am breathing through my mouth more than I want to do that. But I've had worse colds for sure. One little bit of stylization, which could technically count as being a little bit worse, but if I draw the same thing 100 times, I think that will be maybe that's where my art journey is going. It's going so many places, but maybe that's where I will finally find some satisfaction. Draw the same thing 100 times. I started that out with trying to draw boxes. Are you giving us a very good hat? Well, I do appreciate it, truly. I truly appreciate being behatted. Alright, a little bit more of mouth, like this. And your ear can be like this. And we can have some kind of a stylized head and chin going on here. Oh my goodness, hat privileges revoked. Oh my stars. Even fancier hat emerging? I have no idea what to think of all of that. I'm putting a little bit more of the head, a little bit more out. I know it's not the best timing for having a hat, but that's what I do. Is there lore for the vampire you've drawn? Da, da, da. There's some hellos to Makima. There's some. I'm starting the Star Trek share screen. Why aren't you there? Oh my gosh. Are you in my? You in my Discords? You in my Discord DM? Are you in the on stream? Well, I don't know where to find that. But if you would like to, in fact, start watching all of Star Trek, then I'll keep an eye out. You know, we might be a little bit more, due to the scale and scope of it, a little bit more on the background noise version of things, but but you shall see me. You know what the hell? I'll say it. You shall see me. Okay, so here is a little bit of an eyeball in the stylization, and I don't know quite what I want to bring to all of this stylization. A little bit more of a neck. The neck stretches out more on one side and less on the other, and a little bit of shoulders are here. It's not quite at the right angle. Not quite at the right angle. You're saying I have to keep the stream on for another hour? It would get so very quiet as I lock into some studies. Because guess what else the fuck I have a deadline for today? Oh my goodness, are you doing a little frog kiss? That's good stuff. Okay, and okay, is the vampire girl from a YouTuber in a specific survival multiplayer? Okay, you're saying VSMP Shubble. Well, that's fun. That's fun stuff. And you're saying that this character is Jackie Pie? Ooh. Ooh. I am kind of adoring this, honestly. I'm adoring this. That's some good stuff. You're saying for another hour. Nico's usual appearance. Oh my. We're locking in though. We're locking in though. To the schoolworks. You're saying another hour of stream. That would be too much for Shadow. They would implode. Okay. SMP, simp, or survival multiplayer. You know, whichever one is more fun. Whichever one is more fun. You know, if you ever don't know what something stands for, you should start lying. You should start lying. When you don't know what things stand for, just kind of go based on vibes. Just kind of do that. Here's a neck. As we go like this. And what shapes can I create to make this a little more realistic, a little bit more convincing, but still within the bounds of whatever stylizations I'm supposed to do or wish to do. Let's put a little bit of opacity down, a little bit of, I love making triangular hair shapes, but how do I do that and keep the general vibes of this individual's hairstyle? It's a very short hairstyle. Short and fluffy. And a little bit choppy in the back. I don't know. I think I've lost the vibes of it through stylizing it this way. Ideally, stylization should enhance the vibes of whatever person it is that you're trying to draw, or even whatever place or thing. It should enhance the essence of them. Let's put more of this here. Lump up the hair. Okay, the vibes are back a little bit with a bit of a lump. What have you sent in this Discord as I try to wrap things up? There is a Nicodella sharing Walk in the Cold Slowed. Some slowed music, you say? That'll be some good stuff. Some good stuff, I do not doubt it. Let's pause the other one and figure out what's up. And you're asking if I can return your hands. That's so sweet of you to ask. Ah, what a world we live in, where you ask for me to return your hands. Alright, so here's another music recommendation. In the watch or listen to this, no, in the second music channel. Good God, was that a very evil Duolingo. This is from a topic channel. I do wonder if it would mess up the stream. Anyway, let's pause some chill lo-fi beats. And and have some little spiky type beats to end off the stream. It sounds spiky to me. Very interesting. If we had gone on for another hour, I would have beaten that scoundrel guy, saying it's been over a week. Oh right, over a week without hands. Oh my goodness, you change up the style. Now that's very fascinating. I love changing up the style in a collaborative drawing. You're saying, sharing music I like, more than stream music, but nice. Yeah, it's a strange choice on my part, I do suppose. But hey, thanks for sharing a tune. Yeah, it's currently my intention to stream on Sunday night if I get my stuff done, if nothing's going on. If something's going on, then I suppose I would not, but I wish to get through more of that Koru.observer little thing. Right, here we have our maximum stylization sort of thing going on. We're very hip and we're very cool in a little baseball cap with a little skateboard. Classic signs of someone who's hip and cool. You're saying, did you go to the Twice concert already? Twice concert is not near me yet. It's not near me yet. Alright, let's give you back a singular hand. What does the hand look like? Do I have images of my own hands? I feel like I should. I feel like I do have images of my own hands. I have images of other people's hands. I have images of hands taken in motion. I have a lot of thumbs upses. And I have some things that I meant to delete but are still there. Very interesting. I used to have better poses for hands just lying around. Ooh, my childhood best friend with the doctorate in psychology, my childhood best friend was giving me a very good hand pose last time we met up. There we go. All right. She was at the dance class too. There we go. And this is a cool hand pose as we practice drawing hands. And I'd spoken of this music as if it would be the last. Hello to Hosier. I had this funny song on loop because, I don't know, it started showing up in my YouTube shorts. There's so much good stuff. Okay, you're asking if I need a hand. You need many hands. Well, you get one. I know you need many hands. Everybody loves having a certain amount of hands in this life, but how many do you personally get? That's another question. It's another question entirely. All right. What in the hell was I looking at? Tunes, probably. There's Nico Juju saying, so no indie games, so sad. Or she didn't read it, but either way, fine, I'll just bother you next stream. Wait, was it the list of indie games? Wait. I'm trying to get through the one at a time. Okay, let's go through some definitions as I draw my last things. And this is a very long last things due to a bad time management. Okay, what is What are you hoping for? What are you hoping for with the indie games? Was one of these in the oh wow, I'm telling everyone to download uBlock Origin. Okay. Is one of these in the browser? I'm not removing this yet. Do 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 do. Don't escape Lightyear Frontier. Web fishing. Web fishing sounds like I could be on the web and also fish. What if I look it up right now? Web fishing, there we say. Oh, hey, wait a second. Yeah, you brought this up at one point. Did I draw your character? Did I actually draw your character from this game? Now this is very lovely. I really did like the colors of that. Okay, there is. Nico was saying nothing really. I just wanted to share. There is the Don't Escape franchise that is on the web. Ooh, very promising indeed. Don't Escape, a survival game. Oh my. On Newgrounds. Well, good God. Do. You're saying I so need to play sledding game. Is this one also on the browser? Sledding game. Sledding. Ooh. A ragdoll physics sort of game. Who's putting a little frog in the snow? Don't you know they're not built for the snow? Alright, you're saying the rest are on Steam. Ooh. Alright then, if I prioritize, I'm prioritizing certainly this one. One's it on demo and stream. Now, that's pretty exciting. Alright. There's messages I've missed, such as, you're friends with a psychiatrist that treated you as a child. Usually it's a follow-up for treatment. They're not your friend, Jaro. Okay, I do feel weird nowadays introducing her as my friend who is a licensed to practice psychiatrist. I do feel peculiar and strange about that, even though she earned that doctorate. It feels like if I introduce her to people that way, they're going to assume that I met her in therapy. No! I've known her since we were both babies. I did not meet her in therapy. She is not my therapist, and frankly, I don't know if I could afford her as my therapist. I knew her before that. Okay? It's just a thing. It's just a thing that happened. She's having totally other adventures outside of the scope of therapy existing. I was just bragging on her. I was just flexing. I was just I don't know, being proud of her getting a degree and working that gosh darn hard for all of that. She's I think she got proposed to by by somebody that she had been on 2 dates with. I'm really dying. I don't know why. Yeah, there we go with the throat irritation. I really have to end the stream and drink something. Oh my god. Whew. I don't know if I can talk anymore. I think I need to go, blow my nose in some stuff. Wow. Even when it's not the worst cold. Woo! I'm still wishing that I were not cold. Wishing that I were, wow, a little bit warm instead. You're saying don't die before the stream ends? It could end at the same time. I'm distributing the gift of drawing a a most lovely hand directly from a doctor of psychology. I should really not stutter that. It sort of disrespects the effort. But but here it is though. Here it is though. I think I'm putting this a little bit more in, and there we have it. One very interesting hand, modeled after my dear friend doing a very good pose. And there we go. And there we go. One hand returned to end off a stream. Ooh, the colors coming into the pumpkin original character. Very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. There's Lady Williams saying same age as you probably. She got a doctorate. What did you get? Oh, we actually stay the same age for just 1 month, and then after the month, where well, she's 1 year older. And so yeah, we are the same age. I don't have a doctorate. I'm just slow, I suppose. There we go. They're saying they're your therapist friend, but not your friend therapist. Yes, that's how it goes. Okay, and I nearly died. You had spoken of the Don't Escape games are a reverse escape room. The first one, you're a werewolf trying to lock themselves inside a cabin so you don't hurt anyone. That's a really good concept. And the second one's during a zombie apocalypse. Ooh, that was popping out for a minute. Truly, my one and only weakness, dying. No, don't call me an ambulance. No, I'm in America. You'll kill me. Okay, so here we go. I think I would like to return to this very same canvas the next time we're drawing, but if I'm streaming over the weekend, it will certainly be for video game and maybe a bit of reaction reasons. So do not charge that ambulance to my credit card. Do not do it. Thank you guys for being here. A little bit longer than I meant to, and wish me luck with all this goddamn homework. Good luck in the rest of